So we're working today, I'm working with the leadership team, and we've seen some good results of late. Some higher than expected profit results, which are typical after you've been working on the business for a year or two. We began to talk more and more about mediocrity, so if you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being nothing to no one. You need to focus and try to own a niche. And well, we then came across what is quite possibly my favourite quote of all time from Jim Collins, and that is, the signature of mediocrity is not unwillingness to change. The signature of mediocrity is chronic inconsistency. So mediocre companies are inconsistent in their approach. They will be changing all the time. So it is the discipline, it is the consistency that matters the most. That would have to be one of my favourite quotes. When working on a company, if we say, well, we want to do this and we want to do that, and then suddenly we come up with a new idea, we want to do that, and we want to do that, it is trying to do all of these different things that leads to mediocrity. It is picking a formula and sticking to it and sticking to it and sticking to it that matters the most. So the signature of mediocrity is not unwillingness to change. The signature of mediocrity is chronic inconsistency. So this is the Blackman Hotel in Melbourne in St Kilda. It's one of my favourite hotels. It's themed around Alice in Wonderland. So everything that you see is Alice in Wonderland. Have a look here at the hotel room, and what you can see, everything is about Alice in Wonderland in our room. So we've got the entry to the bathroom, which is Alice in Wonderland. All of the artwork is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. The coat hooks. Jump on the bed, we know you want to. A roll of the dice. Everything is Alice in Wonderland all throughout the hotel. Everything's themed that way. It's awesome. I love it. I'm here at the Art Series Hotel, the Blackman in Melbourne. Went for a run this morning. Went for a run around Albert Lake. It's a really nice place. Looking forward to a great day here in Melbourne. So, just finished 3 days of workshops, Monday in Sydney, Tuesday in Melbourne with a second team, and then Thursday, and then Wednesday, today, in Melbourne with a third team, building out their plans it's just so enjoyable to work with these teams who are so passionate about the business and they love doing what they're doing. Bit hectic. 2 cities, 3 different companies, trying to get your head around different plans, but so much fun, so enjoyable. So, I was asked today, tell me, what do you think about the Donald Trump situation? How do you feel about that? I don't care. See, this is outside of my circle of influence. From Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, there is the circle of influence, and then outside of that is the circle of concern. So whatever's in your circle of influence is where you should focus all of your energies, and then begin by focusing those energies to push that circle of influence out so it occupies more and more and more of your thinking, and the circle of concern becomes less and less and less a part of what consumes your thought. Therefore, what you're doing is you are being less distracted by things that aren't really important, that you don't have any influence over. And I suppose I started doing that many years ago, and now I'm just not really as distracted by the sex lives of celebrities or the football score or politics. I just try as hard as I can, or as much as possible, to focus in on the circle of influence. I think that also, along with the circle of influence, I think that also another part is from Great by Choice by Jim Collins, which is around this 10x mindset. The companies that he analysed that scaled at 10 times the size of their competitors, and the mindset in particular of these 10x companies. So they knew at all times that the world was chaotic and was unpredictable. They had a continuous uncertainty, and that they can't control the things that are outside of their control, and therefore they can't accurately predict significant aspects of the world around them. And that kind of plays into it too. Like, I've tried to adopt that a little bit and to think, well, there's nothing that one can do outside of your circle of influence. There's absolutely nothing. You just need to focus on where you're at. These crazy things are going to happen in the world, and we need to really focus on doing the right thing in our circle of influence, where we have influence. The second part of the 10x mindset is that they reject the idea that forces outside of their control or chance events will determine their results, and they accept responsibility for their fate. So understand that the world will always change, and it will always be changing. There'll always be things that are happening, like the Trump presidency. But equally, understand that we are in complete control and have complete responsibility for our own fate. So when I take the circle of influence and circle of control and the 10x mindset, that's why I begin by saying, I don't know if I really care that much. And I suppose it's taken a long time to get to that point. I can't completely ignore the news, I'm like everybody else, but I kind of see people in my social media feed that are dominated by this, and I just think, this is outside of your influence. Like, try to build a better world around you, with your family, with your relationships, with your career, with your health, your mental health, and everything. Like, focus on that. signature of mediocrity, again, is